Okay.
Sperm cannot. So on the fallopian tube, one lady told me that she went to the hospital. She had an ectopic pregnancy
It means
previously.
pregnancy in, say, one of the tubes.
Okay, so it
Ectopic
didn't
pregnancy
go
means pregnancy not in the right place, which should be
in the
inside the
womb.
womb.
So it didn't move to the womb. It was developing in the
It
fallopian tube.
didn't reach the womb,
Okay,
and then it can even be outside
the
on
tube.
the ovary itself, outside in
Wow.
the tummy, sitting there. Ectopic is pregnancy, but not in the right place, which is the inside the womb. That's what ectopic
Okay. So she told me that she was operated on to
is.
rectify the
Because
issue.
if you don't, like it's in the tube cannot accommodate this
Yeah, the
growing
growth of the
baby.
baby.
By
Okay.
the seventh, max 8th week, it bursts because it cannot,
Oh,
it comes out and she's bleeding inside. And the treatment is definitely, if not seen early, you have to open up or go inside and clamp the bleeding side,
so she told
cut
me
off.
that she got one of the tubes damaged. So as of
So
now,
one,
she's just there
remaining
with
one.
one. So is it possible for her to have a child with one
Of
fallopian
course,
tube?
you can have one, but if a tube is damaged, it means the chances are reduced by half, 50%. And again, what you take in mind is what caused the damaging of that tube.
Mm-hmm.
Could it be also there? So another ectopic is more likely, but yes, she
Oh,
can get pregnant. But such patients, we have to see them very early and make sure it's not an ectopic through scans and things like that. Infection in the tube damages the inner lining of the, and infection, if I don't mind, you don't mind, I would say is one of the most, deteriorating conditions causing infertility because, excuse me, now even is better. Young girls going through abortions and things like that, they get infected and the tubes are infected. And then at the end of it, they can't get pregnant. And even if they get pregnant, tubes narrowing and all that, and tubes not functioning properly, they get ectopics. So previous history of excessive, inordinate, uncontrolled sex and things like that
mm-hmm.
affects makes you ectopic oriented, makes
Oh,
you tuber block, and therefore you are not going to get pregnant. So once the pregnancy takes place in the tube, as I said, it moves and settles in the womb. So what are the reasons, causes of infertility with the womb itself?
mm-hmm.
I'm sure you've heard of
Yeah.
fibroids. Take it from me. Fibroids per se do not cause infertility. You can have, I'm sure lots of patients have told you they had fibroids, but they've managed to get pregnant.
Yeah, I know one person who has fibroids. She's giving birth
Yes,
to three.
yeah, it's there, provided the space in the uterus,
Are you focusing,
the
please?
space in the uterus there, this side
Mm-hmm.
is is fibroid free.
Okay.
So, but fibroids are mainly sitting on the muscle, this one, the muscle of the uterus.
Oh,
It
okay.
comes
They are
through
nowhere
the,
near the
no,
tube.
the tube. So it may distort. The tube may change because the fibroids are big on this side and sticking in. But as long as there's a link between the womb
Mm-hmm.
and the tube, the baby descends and finds a space and settles, and she can get on with the normal pregnancy.
So fibroids on the whole do not cause infertility.
On the whole, but
It may be a
we
contributing
have to
factor.
be, if it's sitting inside you may get pregnant, and then the pregnancy doesn't stay much, and you abort. So it's rather associated with miscarriages and not infertility. But it can still be for that side, because if the fibroids are big enough on the two sides, it can compress the tubes and also cause infertility. But usually it's very unusual.
Okay.
It's not usual, sorry, to have fibroids blocking the tube.
Okay.
But
Okay.
its presence itself is if it's away from the inside of the womb lining, there shouldn't be any problem. So you see, these are the four things. You name it. Anything else anybody tells you about, oh, sorry, yeah, interview. Anything else causing whatever it is, means it should be within the
The four.
four.
Okay. Thank you. Doc, you mentioned abortion. I have a lot of people coming to me. I was on Ubonu TV, I think 2 weeks ago, and then the question that kept coming was abortion, abortion, abortion. They want to know if abortion in itself can cause infertility. Somebody even sent me a message. A lady sent me a message that she had an abortion in July, and then as of September, I was there 2 weeks ago. So September, she's had another abortion, and she was having severe abdominal pain. She was asking me if that could affect her fertility. So I just told her to visit the nearest hospital for checkup, for treatment, and then she should take good care of herself. So they'll tell
Now,
me.
now, for the little you have heard from me
Uh-huh.
or learned from me,
Uh-huh.
how can abortion cause infertility? It's mainly
Mm-hmm.
the when you make whatever abortion, production
Infection.
of egg is not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Production of sperm is not a problem. The egg and they meet in the tube.
Mm-hmm.
So how can abortion cause infertility? Because if there is infection in the tubes or even the womb, the tubes may have formed the baby, which is the embryo, but the baby descends and settles in the womb, which is infected. There's no way the baby will survive in that infection mode.
Mm-hmm.
So the main association of previous abortion and infertility is due to
Infection.
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 An infection in either, even if it's mild, settling inside the womb and in the tube itself, or is so severe as to cause constricted tubes, which isn't allowing. So this is the way abortion may lead on to infertility.
Infertility. So one woman also told me that after she's had abortion when she was a young girl, and after she got married, she's been married for 22 years. She's been trying everything. She get pregnant, but then she miscarried. She miscarried.
What does it mean by she gets pregnant?
That's what she said. She said sometimes she get pregnant, and then by the
So
time she
for how
realizes, um,
sometimes also abortion
mhm,
during when we are talking of miscarriages, first before those days we used to do dilatation of the womb
mhm,
and open up the womb, and sometimes that damages the womb
mhm,
beginning, and you get pregnant, and as the pregnancy grows, 3 months, 4 months,
true.
because the womb is weak and
Ah,
it was due to your previous abortion. So normally when we are as obstetricians or gynecologists, we taking a story, we ask, have you
an
done
abortion.
something like that? And he said yes. In that case, when you get pregnant, we have to tie your womb in order to. So that could be a reason.
I'll bring that woman
She
here.
can get pregnant, because the sperms are there, the eggs are there, and then the tubes may be okay. So it settles in the womb, and because the womb is not good enough, so to
Uh-huh.
come out.
You see what you're saying? I witnessed an abortion operation. Yes, at the Lekma hospital. The woman, the midwife, is my friend. So I told her I want to see how it is done, and she called me and I went to see it. And then what you are just saying, when they opened the vagina and then they put something like very long, like a sharp, curved tool, and then something like a scissors. They were putting just inside the vagina. And I asked her, but Auntie Sophia, how are you able to see if it is not touching something else? And she said, oh, that's how we do it all the time.
Yeah,
So does it mean abortion is by luck? Because nobody is seeing what that sharp thing is going to touch.
it's yes, it's not by luck, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I have been a gynecologist for God knows how many. I won't mention how many years.
We'll do a
I've
profile.
Thank God I have not had the situation where, when you are, especially when you are young and you can perforate the womb as you clean up. It's the same as you are cleaning the womb. So you may you may go beyond it. There's a saying, you can never be called a gynecologist if you haven't perforated the womb before.
Oh.
But having said all that, it's touch wood. I don't remember I had a problem where it led on to other serious, but one of the complications of abortion is damaging as you said, you cannot see what you are doing.
The woman was just inserting the tool. We'll talk about it in laparoscopy.
Hysteroscopy, which we